Hi, this video is going to help you get your Google Drive set up for 7th grade language arts. This is Ms. Todd talking. This video is designed to help you create all the folders that you are going to need in Google Drive throughout the school year this year. If you have not done so already, pause this video and open up your Google Drive using your Park Hill email address, and when you're ready, press play again. You're required to create a Google Drive folder for Team Cyclones. Inside of that folder, you'll have other folders, one for each of your core classes, and inside some of those folders, there will be even more folders. So stick with me and I will get you all set up. All these folders are where you're going to store various documents for easy access throughout the school year. In case this video is not helpful to you, there is a Google Slides presentation that has all this information as well. So if you can go step by step from a Google Slides, feel free to open that up as well. So step one, get into your Google Drive. You see that I am in mine now, and while in Google Drive, you're going to create a new folder. So over here with this button, you'll select New, and the very top option says Folder. You're going to title this folder using your last name, a comma, your first name, and then your team name. So for instance, if it were mine, it'd be Todd, comma, Jessica, Cyclones. So again, your last name, comma, first name, and then your team name. As soon as you have that typed in correctly, click Create. So this then, once you've done that, it'll take you back to just the regular view of your main drive, especially if you're selected right here. And what you're going to want to do is open up this folder that you have just created. So you'll double click on that folder that has your last name, first name, and Cyclones. When you open it, you'll see that there's absolutely nothing inside, and that is accurate. So if you have not accomplished this step yet, pause this video and do that and resume once it's done. So once this folder exists in your drive and you've opened it up and you see that nothing is in it, we're going to proceed to step 2 and create a bunch of folders that go inside of it. We're going to follow the same folder creation process, and you're going to need to create one folder for each of your core content areas. Now, some of us will use these folders a lot more than others. You'll use it a ton in ELA, and you may not ever use it in science or math or who knows what. But in the event that you do need it, it'll already be there for you and will already be shared with your teacher after following all these steps. Alright, so inside this Cyclones folder, over to the left, I'm going to click New, and once again, I'm going to click Folder, and you are going to create the following folders. One will say ELA Writing, and you click Create, and then it takes a long time for no reason whatsoever. Hopefully it goes faster for you. And once that populates here, you will go back over to where it says New, click that, click Folder. ELA Reading is your next folder, and then again, click Create. Alright, time to make your next folder for Science. New folder, Science. New folder, Math. New folder, oh, you probably want to spell it right, Social Studies. So some people, for various reasons, may not necessarily have all of these classes. For instance, if you are in Bridges instead of Social Studies, you may choose to create a folder that says Bridges, or you may choose to leave it out entirely depending on what your teacher says. So this is if you were to have all 5 core classes as they're listed here. So now we're going to open up the ELA Writing folder and create more folders inside. At first, it may seem overwhelming how many folders you're creating, but I promise you this is going to end up saving you a lot of chaos and headache down the road when you're finding random documents. So here I go, opening up my ELA Writing folder, and here you'll see that there's nothing inside of this folder yet either. I want to pause really quickly and show you up top what this is. This is called a breadcrumb trail. What this does is it kind of documents the depths of folders that you're getting into. If you think of like a box inside of a box inside of a box, this keeps a record of the boxes that you're digging into so you can find your way back out. So I'm in the ELA Writing folder, and now we're going to create a bunch of folders that specifically go with ELA Writing units. So the very first one we're going to create is our brainstorming folder. This is where you'll keep various documents that will maybe one day become final assignments or drafts, but this is where you'll keep all of your brainstorming things regardless of the unit it's for. And then you hit create. Next, we're going to create a folder for Unit 1, Communicating in ELA. So I click New Folder, and I type Unit 1, and then a little dash, Communicating in ELA, and hit Create. Now on to the folder for Unit 2, which is going to be Information Literacy, Research, and Critical Thinking. Unit 2. Information literacy, research, and critical thinking. You may be wondering why some of these folders are having such long names. It really helps later on down the road, especially once you have a lot of stuff in your Google Drive, for searching. Up here at the very top of this, you can see where it says Search Drive, and when you are specific and careful with how you name things and you use important keywords, it makes searching for documents and folders significantly easier down the road. Now on to Unit 3, which is titled Elements of Literature. Now on to Unit 4, titled Text Structures, a Focus on Poetry. Please note that I am titling these using appropriate title, capital letters and things like that, instead of just typing it all lowercase. It's also important that these things are spelled correctly, so again, when it comes time for you to search for them or find them, you can find them. Time for Unit 5. The Art of the Argument. And lastly, Unit 6. Unit 6. What does it mean to be a writer? Question mark. All right, so from here we have our 7 folders that are going to be inside of our ELA Writing subfolder. And now we're actually going to go into each of these 6 folders here. So not the brainstorming folder, but each of these 6 here, and create 2 more folders inside of each. And then I promise you're done making folders. So 2 more folders in here, 2 folders in here, 2 folders in here, and so on. So let's start with our very first one, Unit 1, Communicating in ELA. So once again, I just double click on that folder and open it up. I'm going to draw your attention back to our breadcrumb up here because it's going to be very useful to you in about a minute and a half. So I'm going to hit New Folder, and what we're creating here are subfolders that help us organize our unit documents. So we're going to have a folder in each unit subfolder that says Drafts, and then the unit after it, Drafts, so Unit 1, because I'm in Unit 1, Create. And then a second folder titled Schoology Assignments, and again Unit 1, because I'm in the Unit 1 subfolder, Create. So then this is where, again, my breadcrumb trail becomes very important. Instead of going back to my drive and having to get all the way back to where I'm at, I'm instead just going to click right up here, or sorry, right here, and it takes me back to the last place I was in. So just a second ago, I was in this Unit 1 subfolder, and I just went back into my breadcrumb trail, selected ELA Writing, and it took me right back here where I have all my unit folders. So I open up my next unit folder, Unit 2, and then I'm going to create a folder that says Drafts Unit 2, and then create another subfolder that says Schoology Assignments Unit 2. So I'm going to go through and do this for all 6 of my units. Drafts and Schoology assignments for Unit 1, drafts and Schoology assignments for Unit 2, drafts and, I think you see where I'm going with this. So now is a good time to pause this video and complete that. Once that's completely done, I will show you how to share this entire folder with all of your teachers. So once you're done going into each of these units and putting in those 2 subfolders, I'm going to use my breadcrumb trail to get myself all the way back to this main folder, my Cyclones folder that's titled with my last name and my first name. The easiest way to make sure that your teachers have access to any documents that you create on Google is to share this folder with them now and make sure all future documents wind up where they should in these subfolders. So to share this folder, we're going to hover over this spot here and click this down arrow beside the title of the folder. From here, you will select the option that says Share, and this will pop up. Yes, you could start typing in names here, but instead of doing that, we're actually going to go one step further to make our lives a little easier. And down here in the corner, we're going to click Advanced. This option pops up here, and we're going to go ahead and now add the names of all of our teachers. So if you're on Team Cyclone, then that would be me, Miss Todd, and then that would be Miss Jordan, that would be Mr. Mabry, Miss Hart, Mr. Meyer, Miss Pacheco, and Miss Komecher, aka Miss K. So once I've selected all the people that I want to have access to my folder, I'm going to make sure this option here has got this little pencil. This means that your teachers can edit your files, even though sometimes some students don't want us to be able to edit them, which I completely understand. I want to clarify that sometimes if someone just needs to add a little thing to the top of your document to make it so that they can print it and grade it, believe me, it'll be easier if they're able to do that without having to request access. So make sure this pencil icon is here and that your teachers can edit. Here's what I want you to do before you click send though. This little button right here where it says notify people, uncheck that. Because if you click to notify people, then all these teachers are going to get about 130 emails notifying them that they have a folder shared with them, which may seem entertaining to you, but I promise you, it will confuse us and make our brains melt. So uncheck where it says notify people, and once that's done, you will select OK. It's going to say, wait a second, are you sure you want to skip telling these people we're sharing this? Yes, we're sure. So just click OK. It'll save it, and in a few short moments, all of your folder materials will be shared with those individuals. And then you click Done. The last thing I want to show you before you go is how to properly put something from Schoology into Google. So sometimes an assignment, either in Google Classroom or Schoology, will be some sort of Google Doc. And you want to make sure it winds up in the correct folder in your brand new Google Cyclone Drive folder. So I'm going to show you an example. Here I am in Schoology, and I'm going to open up an assignment, and it's going to take me to a Google document. It's going to say, would you like to make a copy of the value of writing well? And you're going to say, yeah. And you click make a copy. It'll take it a second to figure out what it's doing. Eventually the document will populate and it'll be titled what the original document was titled, only with the words copy of added. Remove that and then add your name to the end of it. So it has the assignment title and then your name. To make sure it ends up in the right place, hover over this little folder and click that, and it shows you all the folders in your drive. You scroll down until you find your main Cyclones folder, click the arrow beside it, and then you place it in the appropriate spot. So in this case, you would click ELA Writing and Unit 1. And lastly, Schoology